Today we are going to be making a shirt for, let me just, this is the first live stream I've done, so I'm a little new. Let me just make sure this is actually see, make sure it's working over. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put this on, I'm gonna share this to Instagram, so we are currently live right now, guys, so if you want to learn more about 3D modeling and animation or augmented reality, I would recommend joining. This live will be the right place for that. We are currently live right now, guys, so if you want to learn more about 3D modeling and animation or augmented reality, I would recommend joining. This live will be the right place for that. We are currently live right now, guys, so if you want to learn more about 3D modeling and animation or augmented. Alright, so let's get started. So, I want to make a shirt for the Lens Academy cohort. So, what I am going to do is, let's look up Lens Studio. So, basically, our entire academy kind of revolves around Lens Studio, which is Snapchat's AR software. So, what I was with the Lens Studio logo on it, and whenever you scan a snap code on the shirt, it'll basically, like, the logo will literally like become animated, and it'll be a hologram that kind of interacts with the person wearing the shirt. So, let's see, I'm just gonna make a new folder for this project. So, SLA 2022 shirt. So, and I'm just gonna name this Lens Studio logo. And let's get some music going in another window. I know y'all can hear music, but it's pretty quiet for me. So, see, ooh, okay, I got Skeller. And I'm just gonna turn this down. Alright. I'm just gonna Twitch just so I can kind of like read comments on the live if anyone is in the chat or anything. See, and then go to YouTube. Let's see. Alright, so now we're going to go into Photoshop, and we're going to, well, let's see, I don't know if we would need Photoshop yet, actually. Okay, you know what, scratch that. We're going to go ahead and go into Cinema 4D. So, I'm just going to use one of the default 3D objects as a reference for this. So I'm just going to look up shirt and just a standard t-shirt. And now I'm just going to export this as an FBX, and I'm just going to paint this in Substance Painter real quick. So export FBX. And I'm going to name this shirt template. Alright, and now we're going to hop into Substance Painter. I'm going to put this on Snapchat too, actually. Alright, I am done with my social media posts. It looks like the mic is working perfectly well. This is a new mic that I'm using, so... Alright, so let's get started in Substance Painter real quick. This will just be a really quick touch-up on this shirt. I'm just going to use high resolution on this because this isn't actually going to be... This shirt will not actually be a part of the actual AR lens itself. It's just merely going to be more for like reference. So I almost totally forgot to UV map this, but it kind of looks like it's been UV mapped already for us. So I'm gonna go in here, take the Lens Studio logo, click texture, current session, import, and now I'm simply gonna go to the base color for the projection, and now we're just going to simply paint this onto our shirt here. So I'm gonna resize some. It's got to be big enough for, or small enough for my printer to print, so I think that's about safe right there. And that's it. That's literally all we had to do in here. So now we're going to just export this texture, and alright, so export, open output directory, and as you can see, I have a lot of previous projects I have worked on in this software, so let's scroll a little bit and find it. Okay, we found it, and alright, so we're going to go back into Cinema 4D, take this picture, simply drag it onto the shirt, click yes, and there we go. It's now on the shirt. You render it and it'll be there. Alright, I might actually redo this with a higher resolution though. I want it to look pretty good, like pre-render, so I'm just gonna do this over again. It'll take like 2 seconds. So 4096 shirt template, don't save, base color. Alright, and it looks like it's about the same size, so I'm just gonna keep it like that. Alright, might move it down just a little bit more. There, that's perfect. Alright. So now I'm just gonna export this texture again. And shirt template. I think I can simply just drag the same photo, so that's what we're gonna do. Gonna Command Z. Click yes. Let's see. I guess it looks the same, no matter what the resolution is. So we're just gonna leave it like this. And now what we are going to do is take a cube. Now, it starts off pretty big, so just gonna scale it down. And gonna make it, we're not gonna make it a flat plane like it is here in the logo, but we are gonna make it really thin, so it'll look like a plane. So that's about good. I think that looks fine. Alright. Now what we're gonna do is select these 4 edges. And I think I probably could have done this before I made the object editable, but you know, that's okay. So just select these 4 corners, and now I'm going to click MS, and that brings up the bevel. That looks about right there, and as you can see, it kind of looks more like a square with like some slanted edges more than like rounded edges. So we're gonna increase the subdivision from 0 to I think 10 looks pretty good. We're just gonna increase it to 10. So now what I'm going to do is just simply make a copy of this, paste it, and then I'm going to turn this about 90 degrees. There we go, beautiful. Now I'm gonna make another copy of this, and I'm going to turn it 90 degrees on the green axis. So, didn't exactly get 90 degrees, so I'm just going to type it in just to get it perfect, because I don't have OCD. So now what we are going to do is just simply move it, scale it down some, just so it's around the same size as the photo on the shirt. And yeah, let's see, I've also got to rotate it some, so make this a bit smaller. Let's see, you've got to rotate it on its axis, so it kind of looks like that. So, alright, that's confusing. Let me move this away from the shirt for a second. So, now and looking pretty good. I'm gonna scale it up a little bit. Now let's do a side-by-side comparison, see if it looks similar. Let's see. Okay, I would say this is pretty pretty close. This looks pretty close to the actual position of the logo, I would say. So, maybe rotate it a little bit more. Maybe just make it slightly bigger. There, that's perfect. That's exactly how the logo looks. So I'm gonna go ahead and save this project, and I'm gonna name it SLA 2022 shirt. So essentially what we're doing here is whenever I'm done making the assets in Cinema 4D, we're gonna go into Lens Studio and we're gonna play around with the marker template. So if anyone here is not familiar with the marker template, my mistake, it's basically a template that essentially just lets you put holograms on like flat surfaces. So right here is Mark the Monster. We can go to Colorful Home, and this is the default marker, but just to give you an idea of what we're doing here. When you aim the camera at the designated photo, it'll play the hologram or the animation that you have put in with it. So in the template, we have Mark the Monster. So we're just gonna go back into Lens Studio now, or not Lens Studio, Cinema 4D, and we're going to finish working on this. So, alright, so now what we're going to do is move these cubes, move this cube directly inside of the shirt. So it has like the exact position. Okay, so I should probably rename these cubes. So this one is going to be middle, and I think I'm just gonna name it planes because these are more planes than a cube. So take that S off. So that one is the middle plane. This one is, let's think of a name for it. So I think I'll name it Z-axis plane. Probably be better. If I'm gonna do that though, I'm gonna go back and rename this one X plane. So X, Z, and Y plane. So now what I am going to take a subdivision surface. Well, there's really two things I can do. I can either put these in a subdivision surface, or what I can also do is simply select all the faces in it, go to face selection, press Command A to select all faces, and I think I would rather put, I think I would rather just put it in a subdivision surface though. Let's see. And I think I'll throw another subdivision surface in it. Alright, that looks like a decent amount of faces. Probably should have, I've already messed up, so what I think I probably should have done is made the plane like this originally and then copied and pasted it to be the other plane, and I think I should have. Surface is kind of messed with the edges a little bit, so I'm just gonna go back and just like manually subdivide these faces. So Command A, and I'm going to mess with this. I'm gonna give it 3 subdivisions. So, and I think I should probably subdivide this again and again. Okay, that's probably enough. Let's see how many faces this has, or how many polygons, and if that's way too many polygons. Okay, let's undo this. I'm just going to select all of these huge faces and just keep subdividing those, because no geometry at all for what I am wanting to do with this. So, let's see. And when I'm done with this, I'm just going to delete the other 2 planes and replace them with this one, because that's a million times faster to just do that. So, shift. And yeah, these corners are subdivided pretty good already, so I don't need to pay any attention to those. So. Alright, so subdivide, and let's look at how many polygons we're at now. So 3,344, not bad. See if we can give it one more subdivision. And let's see, 35K. Alright, that's a little bit, but I don't think that should be horrible, but I'm gonna go back and turn the subdivision down 1. Now let's look. Okay, 20,000, not too bad. So let's see. I want to subdivide these more though, because there's not much for like joint control as far as these polygons go. So let's see if we can subdivide these. Okay, I'm gonna try something else that I also do sometimes, because this just, I have been told this isn't like the absolute best thing to do for a 3D model. However, it makes it much easier if you want the faces to be like specific. So what I just did was I made a volume mesher and a volume builder, and then I threw the Y-plane under the volume builder. And yeah, that, let's see, yeah, we do want this to look smooth. It looks kind of rough on these edges, so let's see if I can turn it down any more. Looks like I was able to. Now, whenever I click connect objects plus delete, it's gonna have faces like they're gonna be really evenly spread across it, which is really what I was trying to achieve. Yeah, volume mesher and volume builder are nice, but you know, as you can see, they do make the edges look a little jittery. So let's see if we can. I think we could leave it alone and it wouldn't look too bad, but let's see if we can fix this. Nah. think I'm just gonna leave this alone. I don't think it's horrible. Let's go look at the stream real quick. Anyone said anything? Oh, one watcher. Nice. So I'm just gonna make this t-shirt disappear for right now. And now what I am going to do is just simply delete these two planes and, well, not just yet actually. I'm going to select this one, make a copy of it, and ooh, we should keep that in mind. Axis center. Execute. And execute. Okay, cool. So let's see. Okay, so that looks pretty good. So just gonna rotate it about 90 degrees. Alright, beautiful. 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 Okay, so now what we're gonna do is just, well, let's like make this one come back for a second and just take a quick look at it. Let's see. Beautiful. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and delete that one. And now what I am going to do is make this one disappear and make a copy of that one. Well, no, I'm gonna make a copy of this one because this one actually has corrected access. That looks pretty good. Alright, so what we're going to be doing though is animating these three planes so like they fly around. You won't actually see the logo like this. They're going to like fly out from this position though. So let's look at this stream real quick. Okay, so I'm gonna take a sip of water real quick. Alright, so it looks like we've pretty much gotten back to what we were wanting. So let's go to project info, or actually object info with these three selected. Ooh, these are high poly count. Okay, so let's go ahead and fix this. The way we fix this is take a Polygon Reduction, and you just basically throw one in the Polygon Reducer, and it'll basically just do exactly what it says, reduce the polygons. So, see how many it's at now. It was at 40,000. It is now at 10,000, which is perfect. Perfect. It's like all of the edges really got the polygons more than anything. I know what to do here. So this is a decent amount of polygons throughout the entire shape. However, it is going to make a joint look like kind of rigid whenever I go to animate it. So what I'm gonna do is just simply take all of the polygons in the middle and I'm gonna subdivide them and see what that puts it at, and hopefully it's not too many. I'm trying to keep it between 20 to 30,000 polygons per object, so yeah, let's see if we can keep it like that. So let's see how many that added. That added about 4,000, so I think we could definitely do this to the other side too. So yeah, alright. And this is going to make it look a lot smoother whenever I go to animate. Alright, subdivide. And now I'm going to go back and just delete those again, because to be honest, I'm gonna have to rig this too, and it'd be easier if I just copied this and pasted it after like literally all of the work has been done on it. So wouldn't really make sense to redo it when you don't have to. So this is the vertical plane, I believe. Yes. Let's see. Yes, well, it is one of the vertical planes, so I think we're gonna make it look like it's flying from like this direction, like it's gonna go this way. So we're gonna set its anchor point right here for its rig. So I'm gonna go into character and I'm going to click the joint tool, and now what I'm going to do is hold control, click, and I'm just gonna make a few joints for this. Let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's enough. So now what I'm going to do is take the root and we're just going to turn it to where it's like parallel with the square. Alright, and now that we have it parallel, I'm now going to move it inside, or to the middle of it at least. Alright, so now what do is we select all of the joints as well as the object that they're inside of, go back to character and click bind, and right now, so okay, and now click the weight tool, and you can now see that weight has been applied to all of these, and it's looking pretty sharp over, like, not sharp as in the good way, but as you can see, these polygons are looking pretty sharp with the weights. So I'm just gonna go into weight manager and smooth, and we're just gonna hit apply all a couple times, and there we go. And I think I'll probably get big, and I'll do a little bit more touch-ups down here, right here, right here. Alright, looks pretty good overall. So I don't know why it says joint 3. It's the first one though. So joint 4. So, look away and smoothen this. You know what, we can go back and fix this later. As you can see though, there's a couple little cracks right here, basically. Some topology issues, but it won't be too hard to fix, but I don't feel like fixing it right now, so. Gonna just make this joint small again. Okay. No. Get a weight manager and just, what I can also do is just click joint 3. It's not too bad. Yeah. Honestly, I would say this is a pretty decent rig overall, just for this. It's a pretty basic rig. So. I'm just gonna take a quick break real quick. Okay, I'm back. Just had to close my eyes for a couple seconds. And now we're gonna go back into Lens Studio, or Cinema 4D, my bad. And so overall, the rig doesn't look too bad. I might go back in and do a little bit more work later, but alright. I'm gonna go ahead and copy, paste this. And I don't think I'm gonna be able to actually center this one. Oh, yeah, no, I guess I was. So, alright. So, axis center. Okay, yeah, that did not work. Okay, well, we're just gonna use the roots axis because that kind of does just the entire object for the most part, so. Gonna make the t-shirt come back now. And so this is this panel right here. And alright, so now what I think I'm going to do is simply move this to the middle. Oh, okay, I can edit the axis for the root. Okay. I couldn't remember if I was able to do that or not, but I'm glad I can, because this is going to be a pain if I could not do that. So, I make it look as similar to the logo as we can. So, let's see. Let's mess with this axis just a little bit more. There we go. Alright, looking pretty good. Looking good. Alright, and now what I'm thinking I will do with this middle one is I don't really feel like making another rig, but I might for this one. You know what? Whatever, let's just make another rig, because this one's going this way, this one's gonna go this way, and I would kind of like to make it to where this one just kind of like flies out of the middle, so I don't have multiple planes going in the same direction. So we're gonna make this shirt disappear again, and I'm going to take this volume measure, copy and paste it. Also, I apologize if this is not the absolute best tutorial or best tutorial live stream. This is like literally the first time I have tried to do this, so yes. So I'm just gonna go in and delete everything in this one as well as the weight, because this is going to have a completely different rig. So none of that is going to matter for this one anyways. So now I'm going to have to fix the axis real quick. Let's see. And it's on a tilt right here. Alright, looks pretty good for the most part. So, done editing that, and now I'm just going to simply turn it and bring it close to the middle. There. That has a lot of excess at the back and a lot of excess right here. So, let's see if we can fix that easily. Might just size it down a little bit too. So alright, looks pretty good. So I'm just gonna make these two disappear now. The middle one back, and do what I did earlier with the other two, except this one is going to go down the middle right here. So click the joint, hold down Control, click, 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 click. You get the point. So there we go. So that's about how many joints we want this to have. And so we're going to take the root, and we are going to go ahead and just fix this right here. There we go. And we're just going to rotate it to where it matches the square just a little bit better. So and I might even edit it a little bit if I need to. And let's see. We're gonna bring joint 10 all the way to the end right here. Joint 9. I shouldn't have done that. Okay, so honestly, these four are a little bit bigger than the other few, so I'm just gonna modify the other few real quick. Let's see. Joint 3. Joint 4. Joint 5. And joint 6. There, that looks about good right there. So now what we're gonna also do the bind like we did earlier. So select everything and click character and click bind, and boom. This is now a rigged square, and it is ready to, well, it's not quite ready to animate just yet. I do have to smoothen it a little bit, but after that it'll be ready to animate. So let's go to help, go to weight manager, and if you just stepped earlier, I talked about how whenever you first make the rig, there's usually almost always going to be polygons that look really sharp first, and not the good kind of sharp, as in the bad kind, where when you try to animate it, it's going to not look good. It's not going to look organic or anything like that at all. So I am now in Weight Manager, since all of the joints are already selected, and that's why it has this rainbow-like appearance. I'm going to click Smooth and just click Apply All a couple times. 3? Okay. I'm gonna undo the third one, and there we go. Now, it's pretty smooth for the most part. You still see a little bit of sharp polygons, and I'm gonna smoothen those a little bit. But overall, it is looking pretty good, so yeah, there we go. So now it should be ready to animate now. So as you can see, we can move this, we can move all these joints, and it'll basically stretch the entire thing out, and it is going to have this stretched out appearance after we move all of them. Ew. Okay, let's not do that again. So and join 10. But as you can see, we can now stretch it out. We can do what we want with it. We can turn it. You see what I mean? We can do a whole lot with this now. So I'm gonna go ahead and undo everything I just did, so it's back to its square form. And I'm going to unhide these other two. Let's look in the chats real quick. Oh, what is up, Kyle? I guess he popped in for a minute. Alright, so I am now going to, actually, I might wait a minute to animate it. I kind of want to go back to phase 1, which is where I was messing with the shirt. So I'm going to leave the shirt the way it was. However, I would like to add some text above it that says SLA 2022. So we're going to go back into Photoshop, and I'm just going to click Create New, Custom 1024 1024, and now I'm just going to add a text. And let's think of a cool text we could, or a cool font, really. So I'm gonna go ahead and type out SLA 2022. You know what? I kind of want to type out like the actual name. That'd be a lot for a shirt though, so you know what, we're just gonna leave it like this. So let's find a cool font to use. Let's see. Futura. I like the Futura font. Let's see, I'm way past F. E, F. Futura. Perfect. Okay, I like that. Let's see. Can I make it bold? Alright, that's perfect. I like that. Alright, awesome. And what I think I might want to do is give this a yellow color. And I'm now going to give it an outline. So, blending options, stroke, and let's click stroke and size. Just turn it down a little bit. And there we go. We have a cool text. Nice looking text, so Command T. Just gonna scale this up. Might give it a fatter stroke, because it looks a little bit different after I scaled it up, and I'd like the line to be a little bit thicker, so let's see.